Now, how to understand about local maxima and local minima? These points are called the critical points. We are going to solve a question which appeared in JEE Mains 2018. Dear students, welcome to Alan Overseas. Let's continue with our special series. This series will cover 45 important topics in 45 days. This is going to be really helpful and important for the JEE Mains aspirants. This is how the topics and the subjects in the series are distributed among physics, chemistry and mathematics. And I am going to take mathematics for you all. So let's start. Today we are going to discuss about maxima and minima, which is a very important topic and comes from the chapter Applications of Derivative. So what is maxima and minima? Maxima and minima are defined for the functions. And the function which we are going to find the maxima and minima for should be continuous and differentiable. Now, we perform a test called the first derivative test for a differentiable function. First derivative test is applicable for a differentiable function, and first derivative test is applied to find the local maxima or local minima in a function. Now, how to understand about local maxima and local minima? Let's suppose that this is the graph of a function. Let's say this is the graph of a function. And now we can see three peaks over here. Let's say this function is f of x, function of x, and these are lows. These points, if we see, these are lows. Right? Now, if we check this point, if we talk about this point, let's say this point is A, this point is B, this point is C, this point is D, this point is E. These are different points. Now, if this point is x is equal to A, if we talk about this point, at this point, f dash x is going to be equal to 0 because f dash x is the slope and slope is 0 at this point. So, f dash x is going to be equal to 0 at this point, and f dash x is equal to 0 and f dash x is equal to 0 at x equal to a. So basically f dash a is equal to 0. And this at this point the graph, the sign of the graph, if we see, the sign is positive over here, and over here in the neighborhood of x equal to a, over here the sign changes to negative. Similarly over here if we see, the sign is positive for the graph and then it is negative, and this at x equal to c, f dash c is going to be equal to 0. Similarly over here the slope is going to be 0. This is x equal to b, but at x is in the neighborhood of x equal to b, the sign of the graph is changing from negative to positive. But at x equal to a and x equal to c, the sign of the graph is changing from positive to negative. Now there are two things. There is one thing called global maxima and global minima, and one thing called local maxima and local minima. The first derivative test we are performing to find the local maxima and local minima of a graph. The local maxima and local minima will be found at the points where f dash x is equal to 0. First derivative of the function is equal to 0. And it is 0 at x is equal to a, let's say. If it is 0 at x is equal to a and in the neighborhood of x equal to a, if the function is changing its sign from positive to negative, then x is equal to a is said to be the point of local maxima. You can read, if f dash a is equal to 0 and f dash x changes its sign from positive to negative in the neighborhood of x equal to a, then x is equal to a is said to be the point of local maxima. This is the local maxima. This is also the local maxima. And x is equal to e also is the local maxima. F dash a, f dash c, f dash e are going to be equal to 0. And x is equal to a, x is equal to c, x is equal to e are going to be the points of local maxima. Now, if the sign changes from negative to positive in the neighborhood of x is equal to a, where again f dash a is equal to 0, and the sign of f dash x changes from negative to positive, then these points are called the points of local minima. X is equal to b and x is equal to d are going to be the points of local minima. The sign of the graph, the sign of the function f dash x is changing from negative to positive. So that's why these points are local minima points. Now let's understand this with the help of a few simple examples. Let's say our function f of x, let's take a simple function. Let's say f of x is equal to x square minus 4x plus 5. This is our function, and we are supposed to find the local minima or local maxima of this function. Now, to find the local minima or maxima, first thing I have to perform the first derivative test, and first derivative test says that put f dash x is equal to 0. So, what will be f dash x over here? F dash x will be 2x minus 4. And now I have to make 2x minus 4 equal to 0. That means x is equal to 2. If I take 2 as common, x minus 2 will be inside and x is equal to 2. This function is going to be 0 at x is equal to 2. Now, the points where f dash x is becoming 0 or it is becoming not defined, these points are called the critical points of f dash x. So, what is the critical point over here? X is equal to 2 is the critical point. I have to check the sign of f dash x in the neighborhood of x is equal to 2. If I take any value before 2, let's say 1. So, at 1, 2 into 1 minus 4 will give me a negative value, right? At x is equal to 1, this is a negative value. So, negative sign over here. Now, any value after 2, let's say 3. 3 into 2, 6, 6 minus 4, 2, a positive value. So, the sign of f dash x will be positive after x is equal to 2. So, in the neighborhood of x is equal to 2, the sign of the graph is changing from negative to positive. So, what we will say? X is equal to 2. At this point, the sign is negative to positive. So, negative to positive means x is equal to 2 is the point of local minima. Simply, x is equal to 2 is the point of local minima. Let's understand with one more example. Let's say this time our function f of x is a cubic function and it is x cube minus 12x. Again, to find the local minima or local maxima, we have to perform the first derivative test. So, we'll find the first derivative of this function and it is going to be 3x square minus 12. Now, I have to make 3x square minus 12 equal to 0. F dash x should be equal to 0. If I make this as equal to 0, I'll have x square minus 4 equal to 0. 3 will come out to be common and x square minus 4 will be equal to 0. From here, I'm getting x is equal to either plus 2 or minus 2. X can be plus 2 or minus 2. So, what are the critical points now? Now, critical points are minus 2 and plus 2. Now, I'm going to check the sign of f dash x in the neighborhood of minus 2 and plus 2. So, any value before minus 2, let's say minus 3. At minus 3 square minus 4 will be a positive value. Any value between minus 2 and 2, let's take 0 only. So, 0 square minus 4 will give us a negative value. So, negative over here. Any value more than 2, let's take 3. 3 square minus 4 again will have a positive value. So, positive over here. Now, where are local minima and local maxima? At x is equal to minus 2, the graph is changing its sign from positive to negative. It's positive, then it comes negative. So, x is equal to minus 2 at this point and x is equal to 2. If we talk about x is equal to 2, the graph is like this. It's changing from negative to positive, right? So, this is x is equal to 2. So, simply now over here we can say x is equal to minus 2 is the point of local maxima. This is local maxima. The sign changed from positive to negative. And x is equal to 2 is the point of local minima. So, this is how first derivative test helps us to find the local minimum and maximum of a function. Now, using this concept, we are going to solve a question which appeared in JEE Mains 2018 very easily using the first derivative test. Let's read the question. Let f of x be a function which is equal to x square plus 1 by x square and g of x be a function which is x minus 1 by x, where x belongs to real numbers except minus 1, 0 and 1. You must have understood why we are excluding minus 1, 0 and 1. At these values, the functions are not defined. And h of x is f of x divided by g of x. The function h of x is f of x divided by g of x. We have to find the local minimum value of h of x among these four options. Now, they are talking about h of x. h of x, they've clearly mentioned h of x is equal to x square plus 1 by x square. This is f of x divided by g of x. What is g of x? G of x is x minus 1 by x. This is going to be x minus 1 by x. Now I have to simplify it a little bit to perform the first derivative test. So how we have to think, how can we simplify this? If I look at the numerator can be written like this: x square, x minus 1 by x whole square plus 2 divided by x minus 1 by x. X minus 1 by x whole square is x square plus 1 by x square minus 2 into x into 1 by x. That means minus 2. Minus 2 plus 2 will be balanced and the numerators are same, right? Now I can write it more. I can write my h of x is equal to x minus 1 by x plus 2 upon x minus 1 by x. So let me write h of x again. My h of x has come out to be x minus 1 by x plus 2 upon x minus 1 by x. Now I can perform the first derivative test. Either I can take x minus 1 by x equal to t and then perform, but I can directly find the derivative over here also. That can also be done. Let's find the derivative here only. So h dash x I am supposed to find. What will be h dash x? So h dash x for this one will be 1 plus 1 by x square minus 2 upon x minus 1 by x whole square multiplied with 1 plus 1 by x square. This is going to be the derivative of this function. Now again, this, if I make it this equal to 0, I don't think I'll be able to find the critical points. I should simplify it a little more. So I can write my h dash x. From here, what I can do, the first thing I can do is I can take 1 plus 1 by x square as common. So inside I'm going to have x minus 1 by x whole square minus 2 divided by x minus 1 by x whole square. This is what I'm going to have inside. Let's simplify it more. H dash x is equal to, now that I've taken this common, I'm going to shift this 1 plus 1 by x square divided by x minus 1 by x whole square. This will come out. And this part will get simplified to x square minus 1 whole square minus 2x square divided by x square. Now my h dash x is this. Can I simplify it more? If I, now also I can simplify it a little more to equate it equal to 0. What I can do is, I can shift this x square over here and this will become 1 plus 1 by x square divided by x minus 1 by x whole square, and this x square will be multiplied. So instead of multiplying x square, what I'm doing is, I'm writing 1 plus x square over here, and here I'm multiplying with x to the power 4. So in the bracket, I'm just going to have x to the power 4 plus 1 minus 4x square. And this can be equated equal to 0. Now this whole part is going to be equal to 0, and only have to equate x to the power 4 plus 1 minus 4x square, which is going to be equal to 0. And this part, x to the power 4 plus 1 minus 4x square, can be written as x square minus 2 whole square minus 3 equal to 0. This whole part is becoming 0 and this part is written like this. Now over here I can simply say x square is going to be equal to 2 plus or minus square root 3. Either I can write x square is equal to 2 plus or minus square root 3, and from here I can find the critical points. X will be equal to plus minus square root of 2 plus minus square root 3. But what I can do, one more thing which I can do over here is that I know that 2 plus or minus square root 3. If I do root 3 plus 1 whole square, I get 4 plus 2 root 3, right? So what I can do, I can write here itself x square is equal to root 3 plus or minus 1 divided by 2, root 3 plus or minus 1 whole square divided by 2. So from here I am getting x equal to plus or minus root 3 plus or minus 1 divided by square root 2. Now I have my critical points. So I just need to plot them on the number line. First, critical points are also those points where the function was not defined. So those points were 0, minus 1 and plus 1. Remember, these points are also there. And now these points, the values of x, right, at which f dash x was becoming equal to 0. So positive of root 3 minus 1 by square root 2 will come before minus 1. Then let's circle these points, and these points I'm using a line. And then negative of root 3 minus 1 by root 2 will be between 0 and minus 1. Then the positive of root 3 minus 1 by square root 2 will be over between 0 and positive 1, and the point root 3 plus 1 by square root 2 will be more than 1, so it will be after 1. Now the signs. Now I have to check the signs of the function at the neighborhood of these points. If I check the sign is negative over here, between negative of root 3 minus 1 by root 2, you can check on your own, right? The sign will be negative over here. The sign will be positive between 0 and root 3 minus 1 by square root 2. The sign will be negative over here. It will again be negative between 1 and root 3 plus 1 by square root 2. After root 3 plus 1 by square root 2, the sign will change to be positive. The sign is changing to be positive over here. So here the sign is from negative to positive. X is equal to root 3 plus 1 by square root 2 is your point of local minima. What is the point? The point of local minima is x is equals to root 3 plus 1 by square root 2. So my point at which f dash x is equal to 0 and I am getting a local minimum is x is equal to root 3 plus 1 by square root 2. And what will be 1 by x? 1 by x will be equal to the reciprocal of this. So basically root 2 divided by root 3 plus 1. And if you rationalize this, this will come out to be root 3 minus 1 by square root 2. And we have to find x minus 1 by x. So x minus 1 by x is going to be this minus this, which will exactly be equal to 2 by square root 2, which is equal to square root 2. So what are we supposed to find? X, what was our function h of x? H of x was equal to x minus 1 by x plus 2 upon x minus 1 by x. This was our h of x. So x minus 1 by x is root 2. So what are we going to have? We are going to have square root 2 plus 2 upon square root 2. This is going to be equal to 2 square root 2. And x is equal to 2 square root 2 will be our point of local minima. This will be the local minimum value of h of x. Simply solved. So that's all from my side on this topic. Please don't forget to watch the complete series. The playlist link is in the description box. Still, if you have any more queries or suggestions, feel free to reach out to us in the comment box. Stay tuned. Thank you.